Peacemaker Season 2, Episode 7 review. Let's get right into this. So the episode is titled Like a Keith in the Night. And that was kind of already hinting that, okay, this episode is going to at least not, if it's not centric, it'll at least have Keith being like a big part in the episode, which is true. I'd say that's true. And yeah, this episode honestly is it's gas, okay? It's pretty good. I know I'm undermining right now, bro. What am I saying, bro? Throughout the episode, I was really going crazy. I was really freaking out about it. I just can't believe, man. This episode's insanely good, okay? The thing is, I think the difference between last episode and this episode is, I think last episode was, I don't know, maybe more surprise, more fun. This episode was, like, the main focus, you could tell, was just trying to push the story forward. Because then again, this episode literally feels like a finale. It literally feels like a finale, but it's not. We know we have episode 8, which is crazy to say. So, yeah, James Gunn, he cooked with the writing, bro. He's cooking. So, but yeah, the episode literally starts off directly where it ended. Literally, directly where it ended, with the whole reveal. We see Chris, he's looking at the flag, of course, which is, it's a different type, alternate dimension flag. And then Harcourt's like, how'd you not mention this? And this is all while alternate dimension Harcourt is trying to get Chris and Harcourt arrested. And she's like, how'd you know? It's like, look at the book. Look at the books on everyone's desk. Look at that big mural. And I couldn't believe this. This is gonna go crazy. This is about to be used in the most vile way ever. The memes that are about to be made out of that mural, just from the scene alone. Oh my god, man. Nah, it's gonna go crazy. If you guys saw those, like, from, like, the Earth X reveal clips last week, those literally went viral. Crazy. And yeah, so Harcourt and Chris, they're like, screw it, man. We're just, man, screw it. We're not letting them get us. And then before Chris starts this, doing what he's gonna do, he says to the alternate dimension Harcourt, I'm sorry, but we're breaking up, because of what I'm about to do. And she's so confused. She doesn't know what the hell's going on. And then guess what? Harcourt and Chris, they start just going crazy, trying to, like, they start fighting all the security guards there. And yeah, it's easy mow through them. And you see them literally, like, man, the intro starts kicking in. And then you literally hear, you literally, as the intro's kicking in, you literally see Chris Harcourt running slow motion. And Chris is like hitting, like, the random employees and stuff. It's just hilarious. That was a great way to have the intro go in. And yeah, the intro's great. The intro's great. Okay, we don't need to okay, that's not even a debate anymore. I actually think the intro has surpassed the season 1 intro. It's just the weight of it, the meaning of it. It worked, okay? It worked. And then we see the episode, and then we go back to, after the intro, we go back to Vigilante, who's with none other than Vigilante from the alternate dimension. And yeah, they're both just talking here about how their Earth universes are different. And they're talking about World War II. And Vigilante's like, yeah, they want it, hate them. And then they're talking about Sons of Liberty as well. And our Vigilante's like, yeah, no, America won. I'm pretty sure. I don't know anything else about it, but yeah, America won. So, but like at the end of the day, they kind of agree. I think this is the scene. I think they kind of agree that it's just still messed up, whatever. And they also talk about Adebayo, and he's like, yeah, I got my one friend who's a person of color. And then the other Vigilante is like, yeah, we should go check up on her. And we see that near the end. And then as the next scene, we see Peacemaker's dad. And Peacemaker's dad he's frantically on the phone. He's calling Keith. And this is all meanwhile Keith is chasing after Adebayo. And you see Adebayo, she's chasing after them, narrowly getting away. She hops the fence. And this is also a continuation directly from last episode where we see Adebayo. And then she has to hop into the pool to try to get away. And I'm like, oh no, she's screwed. How's she going to get saved? And all of a sudden, you see Judomaster. We were wondering, where's Judomaster at? We saw him. We know he's going to be in this episode, just from the teaser, that one little frame. But here he is. He literally saved Adebayo. He didn't need to. He saved her. And he used the simplest way of putting it, he just put electricity into the pool and just literally fried all of them. And as you see here, here's another, in the scene, they literally show the Crocs or whatever they are just floating from one of the people that got fried. And it has that symbol on it, okay? It has that symbol on it. I don't need to say that symbol, you know what it is. But yeah, a lot of that, in the beginning I saw a lot of that type of stuff was being shown. Bro, I shouldn't be laughing, but this is outrageous. This is ridiculous. I'm just like, bro, come on. And then we go, and then yeah, they obviously run off Adebayo and Judomaster for safety. And then we go back to Chris and Harcourt, and they finally make it to like the entrance. They're trying to get out, but then they're surrounded by security guards. And then I'm like, what are they gonna do here? And then Chris is like, just hold on tight. And then he uses his jetpack to get out of there, but he doesn't know how to use it properly. So they're just like hitting everything in the side of the walls. And then he go through the glass, and then and then they hit the car. So they're in rough condition at this point. And then they quickly get on the Peacemaker motorcycle, and skirt off while they're getting shot at. Even whoever the security guards were dirt. I'm not gonna lie, the security guards were dirt. How do you manage to fumble that? Honestly, bro, how do you manage to fumble that? That's insane. They didn't even hit a shot on him. It wasn't even close. Anyways, then we go back to Peacemaker's dad, and Peacemaker's dad, in the scene before, he called Keith. He's like, you gotta drop everything, drop what you're doing, come. And this is where Keith's at. Keith's here. He sees Economos. Like, what the hell? And Economos is being coward like usual. Okay, just that's how he is. Okay, love him or hate him. Economos. I can't speak. But he's the GOAT. He's still the GOAT. And then Keith, he's just like, Dad, what's going on? And he's like, yeah. Long story short, Chris isn't really Chris. And then Keith is upset. He's like, what the hell? So my brother's dead, really. And you can see this is where the conflict is. He's pissed off, and he's like, but we gotta find him first. And Keith is upset, to say the least. He's like, we gotta round them all up, all the ones that came from the dimensions. Otherwise we're gonna get caught, and then it's gonna be a whole nother issue. And then we see Adebayo and Judomaster. They go into a random house that Judomaster was occupying because he knew people were out of town. And they're showing the differences. Like, in this episode, they were showing how the letter H is being used weirdly. Okay? And I won't say anything else about that. Okay? Nothing further. But yeah. See that? And then they're playing, what was it? Scrabble? I think it had an H in it as well. Anyways, yeah, just weird stuff. But Adebayo and Judomaster's talking about, everything. Even though they had beef in the past, set it aside. And then we go back to Economos, and Eagly's there, okay? And Economos trying to get the attention. Eagly, come help me out. Save me, come on. Get me untied from this. And bro, Eagly's just not cooperating. Eagly just gave him a string, and that's about it. He's like, yeah, figure it out yourself, buddy. And this is while Keith and Peacemaker's dad just dip. They go looking for Peacemaker. Our Peacemaker, that is. And then we go back to Adebayo and Judomaster, and they're talking about Peacemaker, and she's like, Peacemaker's not as bad as you think. I thought the same thing, and yeah, they kind of connect about that. And then we go to Peacemaker and Harcourt, our dimension ones, and bro, they're just chilling. They're just kind of like, I don't know if they're not reminiscing, but they're kind of just accepting their fate at this point, because the police are after them, and there's kind of just speeding down on the motorcycle. It's just kind of cool. But here you see, the key thing is, you see Harcourt kind of just I don't know, just not being tough anymore, just not trying to, just letting Chris be Chris. And she's not trying to put a wall up anymore. You know what I mean? And Chris notices that. And then they pretty much get cornered by the cops. And I'm like, okay, let's see how they get out of this, because there's no way this is the end. There's no way it's gonna end like this. And then guess who come? Keith and Peacemaker's dad, and then they just start lighting up all the cops. Okay, because they can't have any witnesses. Okay, and they don't like the cops anyways, which we find out later in the episode. And I'm like, okay, let's see where this happens, or where this goes. And then the next scene, we see A.R.G.U.S. We see Rick Flag Sr. And they're talking to Lex's dude. And this is kind of I know people are theorizing this could have been someone else, but we did see, and we did know that this guy was in the season of Peacemaker. But it's pretty much the main goon that Lex had, his main stooge. It's that guy with I don't know how to describe it. It's the guy that, I don't know, you know, the one with the glasses. Okay, that guy. And he just starts questioning. He's like, why do you I should get something for opening the portal. Like, what do I get? And bro, Rick Flag Senior is smart. He's like, okay, fine. I'll just tell Lex that you didn't do as he said to. And he's like, oh, actually, never mind. I'll open it up. And immediately they find it. Immediately he finds it. And this guy's just going crazy because he's like a nerd, right? A geek. He's like, oh my god, this is perfect. This is secure, safe. This portal is so good. It's not like ours. And they did reference obviously the events of Superman. This is referencing it. So if you haven't seen Superman, you wouldn't understand. Like, bro, you probably think, who the hell is this guy? What the hell? So random, right? And yeah, then Rick Flag Senior just tells that one Argus agent, go print this out and go get Flurry to immediately go there, so they can raid the house. Okay, raid Vigilante's mom's house. And then we go back to Adebayo and Judomaster, and they're just kind of talking whatever. And in this scene, you see Judomaster. He just destroys Adebayo. I don't even think she's focused on the game anyways, but he just destroys Mr. Problem. And then he's like, oh wait, as the game ended, he's like, oh, it's dawn. It's time. It's time. We gotta go. We gotta go back to the mansion to find our way out. And then you see Peacemaker, Harcourt, and Keith, and their dad. They're in the kitchen with Economos, and Keith's dad is blatantly said, Keith's dad. Their dad is just like, okay, what's going on? And for a moment here, I don't know why, I thought it was bait. I'm like, are they just playing good cop, bad cop, just kind of bait them? For a second, I thought that. I'm like, I don't know, is that what they're trying to do? Try to make it seem like, okay, no, we're not gonna hurt you guys. Just tell us, what's going on, and we'll let you go. I kind of was getting that for a second. And then they're just talking, and then this is where you get the really, really good writing. Like, this is where the writing is, like, I wouldn't say the writing peaked at this point in the episode, but man, it was really good. It actually could have. It could have. From this point on, oh my god, it was teary-eyed stuff. I remember my heart kind of sunk starting at this spot, this point in the episode. Obviously, after he questions, Peacemaker's dad is questioning, like, what's going on? Why'd you do that to my son? Why'd you kill him? How'd you get here? All those, like, the questions you expect him to ask, because he doesn't know what's going on. And throughout the conversation, you kind of realize that our Peacemaker, he's realizing that his father, well, the alternate dimension father, is not as bad. And also, the dad in this dimension, at least in this scene, they make it seem like, oh, they kind of like humanize him, right? He's not that bad. He doesn't support the stuff that's going on in this world, right? And then they kind of compare it to their world and how the worlds are just, yeah, like, no world's really perfect, I guess. That's what they're comparing it to. So it's interesting because you kind of feel for him, right? Which is like, it's messed up because you know what this universe represents and how they're involved in it. And then Keith, meanwhile, is like, really, Dad, you're falling for this? Are you serious? Bro, my brother's dead. Your son's dead. I'm like, come on. Really? And then Keith is just letting his emotions get to him, just like how his dad said earlier not to let that happen. And then they get a knock on the door, and guess who it is? Bro, if you've seen season 1, this is huge. I was thinking about this guy too. But anyways, from Evergreen, it's the police department, of course, and we see the cameo. Since the alternate dimension, they're able to do this. And it's the detective. Well, one of the detectives from season 1, okay, if you recall. Yeah, it's her. I mean, it's him, sorry. I'm surprised they didn't bring also the other one, her, back. It would have been cool if we saw both of them. But yeah, this is because of the alternate dimension, whatever. It works out, nothing less. But I'm like, damn, okay, that's pretty F. I wasn't expecting that. And they're like, can we come in? Your son. Even though they don't know that's not his son, it's alternate dimension. Like, yeah, because they're talking about Chris, right? I might be wrong. Maybe they were talking about Keith. But I think they're talking about Chris. But anyways, talking about one of them, and they're like, yeah, we need to, see if he's here. And Peacemaker's dad, alternate dimension dad, he's like, nah, you're not coming in unless you have a warrant. And it's that simple. And yeah, he just hates the cops. He makes that pretty obvious. And he says it later in the episode as well. And he shuts the door on them. And yeah, the whole mansion's just riddled with cops. And then we go to kind of transition to Judomaster and Adebayo as they're kind of just like scouting out the mansion, trying to find a way to get in. And then you see Vigilante. There's a Vigilante. And they're just like introducing themselves. Oh, we found you, Adebayo. We came for you. And there's, typical Vigilante fashion. Just talking about the most unrelated stuff in the most serious, dire situation. But But yeah, that was kind of funny. And then they were originally just going to go guns blazing. And then I was like, oh, why don't we just try sneaking in first? Right. And that's what they agree on. Then we go back to pretty much the interrogation scene where Keith and, his dad is just pretty much just questioning Harcourt, Peacemaker, and John. And he's like, you know what, it's not that bad, we'll let you go and stuff like that. Just tell us what's going on. That's pretty much what it was. It's kind of, yeah. But here you see things escalate here. There's more tension because Keith is getting frustrated. He's just like getting in his dad's face about it. And yeah, as this is happening, like you see like I think you see how their dad is just like not well. His dad. I don't describe it like. I can't even describe it. If you've seen the scene, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, the way that I'll say it again, the way they humanize him in this, the way James Gunn wrote it, he humanizes dad. You feel for him because by the end of this, you see then Vigilante breaking through the window, right? And then what does he do? I forget if he shot him or did he just knife him? One of those, but either way, one of the Vigilantes just eliminates, okay, alternate dimension Peacemaker's dad, okay, and just make sure I think he constantly just consistently stabbed him because what was it, Sons of Liberty, whatever. He was against him already, okay. Alternate dimension Vigilante, and then here Chris he's in shambles. No one can believe. Everyone's like, what the hell's going on? Keith is obviously visibly mad, but yeah, it's insane. And then you go to a quick scene here with the cops, and then they see that, oh shoot, everything. Oh shoot, there's something going on inside. Let's go in. We finally got, we pretty much have probable cause. And then you go back to Peacemaker, and he's so upset. He's like, oh my god, my alternate dimension dad's dead. And the reason, remember, it all stems from the fact that in his universe, his dad was just a bum, right? And also, his brother, Peacemaker, obviously unintentionally, he kills his brother, right? In the main universe. And then here now he's seeing like his dad, like a good side of his dad, and especially in this scene, you see how like he kind of realized like, okay, this universe is bad, but my dad is not that bad, right? You know what I mean? And then he's just there. He just dies again, and then you start seeing the flashbacks and stuff. You start seeing the flashbacks of how Peacemaker, bro. You see the flashbacks how he just starts questioning everything of the debt, like how he previously killed his dad, right? In season 1 of Peacemaker, how that's the Suicide Squad and stuff. And yeah, we'll touch upon that later. But yeah, this is a very emotional scene. I'm like, bro, I was getting so sad about this. But yeah, the rest of the crew, they have to, bro. They're like, Chris, we gotta go. And then Keith is in shambles, obviously, about his dad. And then the cops start breaking in, and then Economos, they were about to forget him, but then Judomaster and Adebayo just started like carrying him over, with them to the quantum unfolding chamber. And yeah, as this is all happening, bro, Peacemaker, he's just in shambles, and then Keith is going after him. Keith's like, nah, you guys, no, I'm not letting you guys go through. No way. Okay, he's in full revenge mode. Okay, he wants to get revenge. And Ely the goat, just starts going after Keith, and this gives the whole crew the opportunity to take down Keith, right? And bro, they just start killing him. Simply put, start killing Keith. And then Peacemaker, this was it. This is the moment. When they start killing him, like, damn, bro, I feel bad for Chris because now he sees his brother die again, and it's technically due to his hands, right? It's because of him, again, technically. So he lost his dad. Now this, and then I think this is the scene where he starts getting the flashbacks. But man, John Cena's performance in this part, absolutely incredible. Just the emotion where he's like, stop, what are you guys doing? So good. And yeah, I'm seeing it right now in the playback. You see the flashbacks to what happened in the main universe, what he did to his brother, right, unintentionally. And it's literally almost like 1 of 1 right here. He's like, you guys are, man, like, look at us, like, what are we? And he really comes to the realization, it's not either universe's like being messed up. It's not that the universe are the problem, or not that the alternate dimension are the problem. It's that I'm the problem, right? And he just starts breaking down. And this is the difference of Peacemaker season 1, season 2. Bro, there is very, very like night and day, right? Very much more serious, much more reflective, right? In this season, he's kind of just realizing that he's messed up, right? And also by the end of the episode, he comes to realize just accepting it, right? But yeah, this scene was insane, bro. And then he's just like hugging his brother, and his brother's kind of like just there, right? God, even think about it right now. So, and then even the whole crew, they're like, "Damn, this is sad," right? And as it's happening, the police is literally like invading the whole place. But yeah, then they quickly realize, bro, we gotta go, and all of them start rushing into the quantum folding chamber to try to exit. And yeah, Vigilante, the alternate dimension Vigilante, is still in that room with Harcourt where Keith is, and she's like, "Give me a gun." And then Vigilante's like, "Why?" And then whatever, he just gets scared, he gives it to her. And then it's because she wants to finish the job. She's like, "I can't risk." She says to Keith, "I can't risk you coming for Chris," because we know that he's gonna do that. But then, oh no, the cops come in, and then Vigilante pretty much just saves Harcourt, gets her into the quantum folding chamber, and just does a cool thing where he kicks the door, kind of like Deadpool fashion, and he saves her. But then you realize that Harcourt, she didn't get to finish the job, right? And she's in shock as well, just at everything that's going on. But then you all see the scene there where we see Keith getting stretchered out right into the ambulance and stuff, and you can see his face. He is spiteful. He's so mad. Like, you're gonna tell this guy's about to like run it back once he's even able to get up. Okay, as soon as possible, he's gonna run it back. You can just tell. And then the next scene we see is back at our main dimension, and that's A.R.G.U.S. They're covered. The whole house is covered with A.R.G.U.S agents. Okay, they're ready to raid it. And then you see the whole crew just coming back into the dimension with the all the stuff that's in the basement, all the organized crime stuff, whatever. And then you see the scene also of Keith just crying, also because not only like it in a way it is like betrayal, right? Because the whole time he thought that was his brother until then, and then also his brother then ends up technically being the reason why his dad's dead, and look what he also did to him. It's just all like, oh bro, amazing writing. Yeah. Then the next scene though, we see everyone coming back, right? Like I said, they're all back in the main dimension, and then Peacemaker quickly just closes the quantum folding chamber and just packs it up. And then you see them all. Also, there's one scene there, and I didn't talk about. There's one scene where when the A.R.G.U.S agents pull up right to the house, they're surrounding it. You see Vigilante's mom just like opening the curtains, and she's just like, "Oh dear, oh dear, what's happened?" But anyways, then the whole crew just comes outside with Judomaster, and then Judomaster just steps over with them, right? Because he's at the end of the day. Remember, even though Judomaster was kind of redeeming himself, which I was hyped about in this episode, still got to keep in mind this guy. He just does whatever. He's an individualist. He does whatever's in his best interest, right? He puts himself first. And you gotta keep in mind, he's working for A.R.G.U.S. Now, still his assignment, right? And then he immediately just goes on their sides with them. And he's like, "Here, you guys want this? I know what you guys wanted." And hands over the quantum folding chamber. And Rick Flag Sr., this is the interesting part. Rick Flag Sr. says, "Are you sure that's what we wanted?" AKA being like, "No, we want also you." But at this point, this is where you see Chris kind of accepting not only the circumstances right now, but I guess kind of who he is, right? In a way. And everyone else is kind of shocked. And then the next scene, you see them pinning Peacemaker onto the police car, arresting him. And then Vigilante, you see him, he's about to get a strap out, and then Harcourt's like, nah, don't do it. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. And yeah, then you see them take Chris and just escort him, police escort, to probably Bell Reef, right? Or something like that. And then they do a close up of him in the car, shot of him, and you just see him kind of like literally depressed, right? Just like, look at everything that's happened, man. And it's not like he's sad about it, or I don't want to say like, it's not like he's like, he has like no reaction about it, right? It's kind of just like, when you've been through so much, eventually you're just like, I accept it, man. You know what? What more do you want from me? That type of thing, right? He's already went past the breaking point. Okay, he's just accepting it at this point. Like whatever happens, happens, and that's how the episode ends. And also there's that one, and then they show the end credit scene where Peacemaker, or not Peacemaker, where it's Lex's goon, and bro, that was insane, bro. That that take was insane. I don't even need to mention what it is, but he's like, yeah, I'm gonna, don't mind me, I'm just about to go on this site, since I can, so I have some time. And then you see the actor in the background who's the R.S. agent, bro, you see him cracking up. And then the guy's about to, bro, yeah, Lex Goon's about to pull his pants down. He spits on his hand, bro. That's insane. But I guess what the takeaway at the end here is like, what is gonna happen now? Because I just see the teaser as well right before I made this video for episode 8. But still, like, this feels like a finale. You know what I mean? That's how good this episode is. But the main thing, like I said in the beginning of the video, is they're just trying to progress the story of this episode. They got out the alternate dimension, and now I guess that's that. They don't have to worry about that. Now you got to worry about Argus, right? Rick Flag Sr. because he wants revenge, right? Because of what Peacemaker Chris did to his son. So now that he has Peacemaker in his control, right? We'll see what happens. But yeah, like it's insane. It's insane. I don't know what direction it's gonna take. I just know it's gonna be pretty Argus focused since Peacemaker's gonna be in there. They have him locked up. That's what's in the teaser. But yeah, James gonna just say the episode's gonna be longer than the rest. Like in terms, like the finale's gonna be longer than the rest of the episodes that we have. So it better be. And by the teaser, it looked like it is gonna be lengthy. There's gonna be a lot of build up in that episode. So that's a satisfying end. But yeah, hopefully it's like an hour-long episode. But Argus centric, it's gotta be. But I don't know. We do see the whole crew, the rest of them, because they're pretty much, bro. The rest of the crew, they're at the mercy of Rick Flag Sr. and he's pretty much forcing them to do stuff. AKA go like open a whole bunch of random doors in the quantum folding chamber to find something, some type of dimension. I don't know what they're finding. So we'll see what happens in that, and the challenges that come with it. But yeah, I don't know what direction it could take besides what I saw in the teaser. I just know it's gonna be something about Argus trying to just do something. But anyways, let me think down below about this episode. I thought it was amazing. I'm excited for the finale. Yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you next one. Peace.